Well, Karen, thank you for joining me today for this conversation. I've been looking forward to talking with you.
Same here. Thanks for having me.
Yes, definitely. So, for our listeners, can you let them know a little bit about you and or do you have a business? Let's talk a little bit about your background.
Yeah, so I am the founder of New Futures on Demand. And the reason why it's named that way, because I truly believe that everyone has a skill set that they can turn into a profitable online business, especially during this time.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I started the same way, like I did the whole corporate, like 8 to 5. And you just reach a point in time where you're just like, okay, you just feel like you can help more people, and
Mm-hmm.
you have this passion of like helping entrepreneurs, which was me. And I have all this knowledge when it comes to like marketing, sales, operations. And so I took that leap. I quit my
Mm-hmm.
job and I was just like, I'm a full-on entrepreneur right now.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, and then like my parents, like my dad was super supportive. He was
Mm-hmm.
just like, "Oh my God, where am I going to send the flowers? There's a new office." And my mom, she's the conservative type, and she was just like, "Are you gonna have health insurance?" That's the only thing she
That
cared
was
about.
the focus,
It's
right?
like, yeah.
I love it. That's hilarious.
So yeah, so I've been in this for like a few years now, and I love every moment of it. Like I truly help. Like I love what I do, and helping entrepreneurs and business owners, small to medium sized business owners, on how to better position themselves when it comes to their messaging, getting that clear so that it
Mm-hmm.
actually reaches their online audience, and then help them scale using ads.
Awesome. So when you were in corporate, what was your role in corporate?
So I was in the healthcare space.
Mhm.
So I helped run a lot of like practices within the New York City area and also in Minnesota. And then I switched over into like that business finance side of it, also
Mhm.
within the healthcare space. But then I decided that I just wanted to be my own boss instead. And
That is
that's what
awesome.
I did. Yeah.
So what made okay, so you talked about your business and kind of the niche, but what made you go from healthcare business back office to or is it really just all things business or is it really niche down into the marketing side?
It's all things business on the back end when it comes to like the healthcare, and also within like the finance area of it.
Mhm.
So when it comes to like even talking to patients, and how that is working with insurance companies, it really is like an animal in itself. And so I learned a lot of things. So that's why I'm
Mm.
able to incorporate my knowledge into multiple industries when I work with like business owners. So,
Awesome. So who would you consider your target market to be?
so the target market is usually just like the small, medium-sized business owners, whether they're practitioners or
Mhm.
coaches, consultants, and also those within the like online store space. Because like I also have like a lot of like knowledge like within that field as well. So I
Mhm.
would say it's sort of like a jack of all trades in a way. So
But
yeah.
is it like all healthcare focused, or is it just any business, any industry? I'm just
So
want
the
to clarify.
strategies that I teach actually falls into multiple industries. And that's
Mhm,
something that a lot of people, when you start out, when you have like a coach, they're just like, no, you need to focus on one. But then
mhm.
the way that I see it's like, no, what I know can actually be applied and help so many other people. Why should I just focus on just one industry when I know that it works across all the others as well?
I
So
got
I expanded more into that.
got you, got you. So what is your like if you would say the top 3 issues that you help to solve for your audience, what would those like top 3 things be?
So getting clear on messaging and who their
Mhm,
dream buyer is,
mhm,
and also like the being seen on your social media platforms, like how to like write posts that
Mm-hmm.
actually connects and resonates with people, and as well as like the ads portion, because when it comes to ads, so many people are either afraid of it, or and from where they have like read or seen that
Mm-hmm.
they're afraid that they're just going to lose money out of
Mm-hmm.
that. So I definitely help them when it comes to like copy and the budget that you should be doing when you're
Mm-hmm.
starting out, because it definitely is like a mindset shift when it comes to like ads and
Mm-hmm.
scaling. So yeah, I would say those three.
Oh, wow. Okay. So do you have a specific platform that you like, or are you kind of platform agnostic? It doesn't matter.
I like Facebook and Instagram.
So why? We're going to dig into it. Tell me why you like
Yeah.
those.
Okay. So I like LinkedIn, and I started off with LinkedIn because there are a lot of people that are very like business oriented, and
Mhm.
even if you go onto there right now, if you try to talk about anything personal,
Yeah.
then people will just feel people are
Like
haters
why?
on
Oh
there.
gosh.
They're just like, can you just? This is a business
Like
platform.
why are you daggers will come at you.
Yeah, and I'm just like, wait a second here. We are people. We're human beings. We're
Right, right.
allowed, and plus, this is our own account. We can share this. If you don't want to see this, you can unfriend me.
Right, right.
But when it comes to Facebook and Instagram, people are actually more engaging,
Mhm.
more open to reading about your story, your journey, and following you on
Yeah.
that and supporting each other. Not saying that you can't get that on other social media platforms. I'm pretty sure that you can, especially with Clubhouse coming out,
Oh
like
gosh.
out right now. Oh my gosh, so many people are
I
like jumping on that bandwagon.
I'm an
And
Android user, and so so many people are like, you gotta get on Clubhouse. I'm like, I don't have an iPhone. So I'm like, are you coming out with an Android? Like, I'm not gonna go buy an iPhone to go get on this Clubhouse situation, you know?
yeah, it's like the same hype when TikTok came out, and
Hmm.
everyone decided to hop on that. And
Yeah.
then I mean, we'll see if it stands to the test of time, but
Hmm.
like right now is just like Facebook and
It's so new, right?
so LinkedIn is good, and you can, and even like LinkedIn is trying to follow Facebook and Instagram with the whole
Oh my
story.
gosh, I'm gonna tell you, I logged in one day I logged into LinkedIn and I swear I thought I was on Instagram. I was like, wait, what is the story situation? But then I logged in, I guess it was last week, and they were gone. They weren't there.
I still have mine.
Do you? Okay,
Yeah.
I'll have to check back. I hadn't logged in this week, but I was like, where'd they go? You know, they were here. But I thought I was crazy when I first logged in and saw that. I was like, what is this?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's like because they know that, like Facebook and Instagram, it's like it's tried and true.
Mm-hmm.
And it's worked, and a lot of people, I mean, Snapchat tried to do it. And of course, like they were really popular for a long time, and
Mm-hmm.
now it died down once like Facebook introduced stories as well.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like they're trying to keep more people onto their platform when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
LinkedIn, as well as for people running ads.
Well, it's
But
like people keep asking about it, right? It's just like the videos of being able to do lives, and they
mhm.
were testing it out and they were giving it to certain people, but it's
Yeah,
usually the big accounts. And I'm like, it's time for you to push that on down if you want to keep people on the platform.
right, exactly. I even
Mhm.
applied to try to see if I can get
I
live
did
on
too.
LinkedIn. I'm still
Yeah,
waiting.
I am too.
I'm just like,
And you know what? I
nothing's
said,
gonna
forget
happen.
it. Like, I'm not going to worry about you. I'm going to go back over here where they like me. And I'm going to go ahead and do my little live situations. And I'm still working on that. I'm actually in the middle of a challenge, an Instagram challenge, with one of my other guests, Allison. And she's getting us into the Instagram and making sure we're doing, lives and reels and all of that. And it's really helpful because people can get, like, I know I get intimidated, although I'm always on camera and I'm comfortable on camera. Just getting on live on Instagram, it's something about it that I don't know if it's because I'm not used to it or what it is, but like the other day I was on and I swiped and it went, like, the screen went away, but I was still on live. So I'm on camera and I'm like, oh God, I gotta go find the stop button or whatever. But it is what it is.
That was me too. Literally last week I was doing a Facebook live, And then I thought there was a lag. So I'm like, is this on for like 2 minutes? And people are just watching me. I'm just like, I was like, oh my, and like internally, I was like, should I stop this? But I was just like, forget it. I'm just going
It's
to do
authentic. It's like, but you know what's so funny is people actually enjoy seeing those bloopers. Like,
Yeah.
they don't hold it against you, especially if you're just like, okay, guys, listen, give me a second. I'm just trying to figure it out. They understand. And it's like, at least I know she's real, and I can relate to that.
That's
But,
true. I mean, like I would say last year I started doing more lives, but in the beginning I was like so like nervous.
mhm,
And like this is like beginning of COVID, and of course like my partner and I were just trying to figure out like which room that we should be in. And
mhm.
then like you can hear, like I can hear myself. I still remember it, like trying to do a live and lowering my voice so that like so I'm not like too loud. And now I'm just like, now I don't care.
It's like,
But
whatever.
like
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's what's funny because people are like, you seem so comfortable. I was like, well, I remember I wasn't always like that,
Yeah.
right? When I was first doing it years ago, look, I'm aging myself, but years ago when it first started, lives and stuff first started, I was a nervous wreck because I didn't really know, I look back at the YouTube videos that I did because I was on, really trying to do that for a little while, and they are horrendous.
Oh yeah, me too. Oh my gosh, I was so nervous that like all my videos were just like 1 to 2 minutes long. And I was like, yeah, I can do this.
So
Like,
see, take it from us. The lesson in all of this is that just keep working at it.
yes.
Just be real about it, right? And
Mhm.
you're gonna get better. And people aren't
Exactly.
gonna hold it
Yeah.
against you. It'll be
Yeah.
fine.
My friends
Yeah.
were cheering me on, even though it was cringeworthy, but that's okay.
But you know what? One of my secrets was to just keep going, even because a lot of my clients are like, but nobody's on, I'm there by myself. I'm like, that's the perfect time because you're
Yeah,
more comfortable with yourself, right?
exactly.
And
Yep.
so you just keep going. What happened to me on one time, I was on by myself and I was recording this session. I was like, I'm going to pretend like people are there and I'm talking to them. And then somebody actually showed up and it threw me completely off. I'm like, somebody's here. you know?
Me too. I did a live, and then like a couple of people like, this is towards the end, and
Yeah.
I have to give myself like course towards the end, and you could see me like perk up and be like, oh
Yeah.
my
There's
god,
people. There's people. That's hilarious. That is so funny. Okay, so what do you do on Facebook? Like, do you have a group? Do you have a page? Do you just have your profile?
So I have, of course, like my personal
Mm-hmm.
page, and then I have my business page, and I also have a Facebook group, which starting like this week actually reached over close to 1,200 people. So
Wow.
yeah, I know. I'm like really
That
proud.
is awesome. So
Yeah.
tell me what did you do when you first go back in time when you first started your Facebook group? Tell me a little bit about that process. What did you do?
Yeah. So in the beginning, I did have already like a couple of followers. So I just like told them about it and I just invited them and they joined. And so that's how it first started. And then
Okay,
like,
wait a second. When you say a couple of followers, Karen, what
okay,
does that
couple,
mean?
okay, okay. I mean, couple of followers means like 10, 15 people.
Okay, I just
I
wanted
wasn't,
clarity here because
yeah,
some people
yeah,
say
yeah,
a
yeah.
couple
Because
and
some
it's like
people,
500.
yeah, no, I wasn't those people. I wasn't those people. Like it wasn't like at the end of December, I literally had only 89 people
This
in my Facebook
December?
group. This December.
Shut up. No,
Yeah, this
I don't believe
December,
you.
I only had 89 people. And I was just
Wow.
like, you know what, this year I'm gonna start off strong. I'm gonna like create better content. and
So what
then
did you
yeah.
do?
So it's definitely like putting myself more out there, and
Mhm,
then doing like a lot of Facebook lives. Like on my business page, I had like collaborations, more so just like bringing more awareness for
mhm,
like other coaches and everything onto my business page. And then like I have it where I link my group there as well,
mhm, mhm,
so that when people check out my page, they see that my group is associated with it, so they can like click into it and check out what it's about, and then join if they want to. And I would say like definitely membership questions. I made it more fun.
mhm.
Before it was just like, what's your name, what's your email,
Right.
read by my group rules. And then like those are like that's kind of off-putting in a way, and also
Mhm.
a lot of people are doing the same thing. So it's like,
Right.
you know what, this year I'm going to change it up, make it like more fun and interactive, and be like emojis and saying like, are you like a beginner, or are you struggling, or are you like crushing it and making like 10K per month and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So
That's cool. That is really cool. So were doing collaborations, and were they all collaborations, or were there just some videos like with just you teaching, or what was kind of
So,
your
so
mix?
that's the difference. So in my group, I do more of the teachings in there
Mhm.
that they don't see on my page.
Mhm.
So I guess like that's also like another hint that you can do, that like when people join your group, they get extra training that they get. So this is like training that they get like not from my program. This is
Mhm.
actually exclusive training that you will only get in the group,
In the group.
because like my program is like has a specific type of teaching, and then
Mhm.
like so that's separate, but if you join the group it's also extra, so why not?
That's awesome. Okay, so you got your Facebook page where I'm going to take them on the journey. So you're
Okay.
on your Facebook page. The videos on your Facebook page are collabs with other people, or are they just you kind of talking?
So
What is
it started, it's actually a combination. It's a
Okay.
combination of like collabs, a combination of like value posts that I do, and also like lives that I also do like by myself. So
Mhm.
it's like it's definitely like a mixture of all of that, because what I like to tell people is that you're not one dimensional.
Right, right.
You're like two-dimensional, three-dimensional. So show that side of you, because if people want to work with you, they need to know
Your
you're someone that's
personality.
relatable.
Yes,
If they
yes.
only see one side of you, then it's like, why would they ever be
What's
interested?
the
And that's
point?
the same thing as like, it's like if your Facebook business page is sort of like people going on that first date with you,
Mhm.
and
Ooh,
then
that's a good
if they
way
want
to
to come back.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. So, okay, so and I'm asking these questions because number one, I've had these questions in the past, but number two, I know that my customers have struggled with this for themselves, right? Because this has been a big conversation among them. So, you have the special trainings that are in your Facebook group,
Hmm.
and you said that you do videos with yourself on your page. So how are they different? Are you still training here, but it's just a softer training? Or is it like, let's talk about that a little bit.
I
The
would say definitely
differentiation.
softer training on my Facebook page,
Okay.
because like for the people to take that extra step to join my group, because there's
Mhm.
so many groups out there, for them
Right.
to even like take the time to take a look at my page and
Mhm.
join it, then I feel like it's my obligation to give them extra, to
Mhm.
be like, thanks for joining my group. You know, like we're on this whole entrepreneurial journey together, and it's not just because you're in other groups. Maybe like for my group, it will be different, and you'll have like more, just like more tutorials, videos that can help you in achieving your goals.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, okay, so I asked you about the group. Let's talk about the name. So what's your Facebook page name? Is it your name or is it your business name?
It's my name.
It's your name. Now tell me why you chose to make your page your name.
So actually, when I originally started back in the day, I had it my business name, but then I realized that like people want to connect with other people. It's a human to human,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, it's a
Yes,
human to
I did the
human.
same thing. Seriously, that is awesome. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. And I had the same conversation with myself. Right?
Hmm.
It's the business page. Yes, it's your business, but nobody wants to connect with a business. I mean, some people do, but I'm just saying they want to know you, especially on Facebook. It's a social thing. They're not getting social with a
Social
business,
media.
right? And so your group, what is that have its own little special name, or is it tied to talk about the name of your group and
So
how you
it's
came up with
tied to what I actually help like my clients do.
Mhm.
So it's called Entrepreneurs Increasing Visibility and Sales. So
Okay.
that's what I do. And also like, so I feel like probably because of the change, that like I feel like it actually the Facebook algorithm has pushed my group a lot higher in
Mm,
the ranking, which is probably why there are people that are coming into the group every single day where I'm not like promoting it anywhere. They just show up and be part of it. So
mhm.
definitely I feel like, I mean, like once I get the strategy down, I'm definitely gonna like put like
Nah, you're like, this is what it is. So
I'm gonna put a training out there and be like, this is how you do it.
so when you made the decision, we're in December, we're like, yes, I'm gonna put some more effort into my group. Is that when you started doing all the videos on your Facebook page? Or had you always been doing that? Like what was the change?
So I've had Facebook like the videos on my Facebook page,
Mhm.
but then the difference is that I realize that people don't like the Facebook doesn't like sharing of
Mhm.
those.
They don't like
So
sharing.
if you have the same video and you share it into the group, which I did initially, it
Mhm.
actually doesn't help you. It doesn't help
Right.
the group. It can help your page, but it doesn't help your group. It actually
Mhm.
pushes that down in the algorithm. So I was just like, okay, I'm gonna test this out where I'm just not gonna do just sharing, but I'm going to put like a video in there and it's a longer version of what I put on my Facebook page. And so that actually
Ah.
helped a lot more. And of course, like, you know, like putting content and having people just learn more about you. And so that increases the traffic and it just pushes your group up. So
So you basically just focus on your page and it ultimately brought more attention to your group because it was connected. And
yeah.
then they just started moving over there. And so are you doing pre-recorded videos? And because you said one was longer version than the other. So did you do like a pre-recorded and then you kind of cut it and put one in one
No,
place?
I did the live in the group instead.
Ah, so you did the live in the group and then you edited it and put up smart. Look at you. It's a good thing because I mean that is a huge struggle that people have of, well, what do I put over here versus over here? I don't want to have to do the same, three different trainings. I don't have the time for that. How am I going to repurpose this content? Because that's basically what you've done. You
Right.
just allowed them to have a deeper picture into it. That's
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
good. That's really good.
I know, right?
Ah.
Because like everything that I teach, like I practice what I teach. So
Mhm.
to know that it works, then that's good. I'm going to share that.
Exactly.
If
Exactly.
it doesn't work, it's all part of the testing process. That's
Mhm.
fine. But
Yeah.
still, yeah.
So what edible nuggets do you have there in your sleeves, Cam?
Oh, okay. I would say definitely when it comes to like on your social media platforms, like because you touched apart like on repurposing content
Mhm.
is very similar to what I do. It's like I don't put everything that I do like on my personal
Mhm.
page because because I run like I teach ads and I run ads. So I tell people to put majority of your stuff on your business page.
Mhm.
Why? Because you can track them.
Mm.
And that your pixel, even if you're not running ads, I always tell people to just create a pixel, put it on your pages or even your like website, your landing page, because it tracks all the people, your ideal buyers who are secretly watching you,
Mhm.
and whenever you decide that you want to run ads, it'll just pick up from where they started and it'll show it to them. And
Got
they
you.
may not be like, they may like just wanting to just follow you and lurk around and be like, what are you up to today? Like, what
Yeah.
can we learn from you?
Yeah, there are lots of lurkers out there, I tell you. So what when you said pixel, break it down. What's a pixel and how do you get it?
Okay, so to get the pixel, you have to go into business.facebook.com. Everyone has one, you just have to connect it to your personal page. And then when you create that account, you create a pixel. And I like to describe it as like the brain, where like in the beginning doesn't really know what to do because
Mhm.
it's new. But
Mhm.
then as it's there and it's picking up all this information, whether it's on your Facebook business page or on your Instagram or on your website, your landing page, your funnels, like it starts to learn who these people are. Who are these people that are clicking on all your pages? who are these like your ideal audience, even though, for instance, like in the group today, we went over like the dream buyer, and one of the members had that their ideal target like age audience was like 20 to 60, and that's like a fairly big audience, especially if you're like fairly starting out and you're trying to figure out who your ideal like dream buyer is.
Mhm.
So my recommendation is like, why not let the pixel do that for you? We're like, you don't have to run ads, you're just putting the pixel on so that it picks up who's actually resonating with your content, who's just like, lurking around and just like checking you out, but like not making the move yet. But then once you launch your ads, like, okay, fine. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I'll schedule.
Right.
I'll enroll, I'll sign up. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good because I'm telling you, I had that issue too. And I wasn't that far off, but I remember I was like, no, this is my ideal customer. This is the group that I'm thinking about. And then when I went and looked at all of my different analytics, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's not who's really connecting with me, with my page and everything. And so it made me really rethink, where my target, am I focused on the right group? Or is my messaging right? Like that's what those analytics help you identify.
Yeah. And because like just because how we think who our ideal buyer is, it's actually like how your message is and also how it
Mhm.
resonates with the market. And the market's
Mhm.
telling you that these are the people that's resonating with
Right.
you.
And you're
So
like, okay, all right, I
I
can
know
partner
it's
with
sort of like, I don't want to agree with you, but all right, I'll try it.
Yep. Yeah, definitely, definitely. Well, if somebody wants to work with you, tell them how they can get in touch with you.
Yeah, I would say definitely like send me a friend request on Facebook, Karen Yee, or like hop on to my Facebook group and check it out and see if this is something that you like, that's resonating with you. And if it's more in line of what you are looking for, then we can always like have a further conversation down the line. But yeah, I would say definitely, like you'll see me in the Facebook group and on Facebook. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for connecting with me tonight. I've had a great conversation with you. Learned some things, right? I may have to be
So
putting
glad
into
I was here.
action.
Thanks for having me.
All right. It's great talking to you.
Awesome. Thank you.